Hi everyone. In this lecture, we will discuss what predicates are and how they form logic. Let's start with the definition. A predicate is an expression of one or more variables defined on some specific domain which can be made a proposition either by assigning a value to the variable or by quantifying it. This simply means that predicates are advanced forms of propositions wherein there is knowledge of variable information such as range and quantity. In software development, predicates are key to writing formal logic proofs. To understand it better, let us consider the statement, Socrates is a man. This can be expressed as, there exists X such that X is Socrates and X is a man. Using the concepts we studied in the previous sections, we can express the following Venn diagram. Here, we can see that X is one of the elements of the set of all men and is also an element of the set of all people named Socrates. We have a lot of information in this simple predicate form. We know that X belongs to the domain Socrates as well as the domain man. To generalize this, we can consider P of X, where X is a variable belonging to the domain D and P is the predicate function with respect to domain D. D is called as the domain of discourse. Before we dive deep into the quantification of predicates, there are some notations which we need to consider. A predicate P of X expresses a property of X variable. A predicate Q of X, Y often expresses a relation between X and Y variables. A predicate containing no variables is a proposition. Replacing the variables of a predicate with a constant makes it a proposition. Just to mention, the variable involved in a predicate is called a free variable. Now let us discuss the primary reason why we use predicates: quantification of statements. Quantifiers are standard words that are used to specify quantities and tell how many elements the predicate would hold a true value for. Or in other words, in predicate logic, predicates are used alongside quantifiers to express the extent to which a predicate is true over a range of elements. Using quantifiers to create such propositions is called quantification. There are two types of quantifiers mainly: the universal quantifier, represented by the reversed A symbol, and the existential quantifier, represented by the reverse E symbol. Please note that this reversed A symbol is pronounced as for all, and this reversed E symbol is pronounced as there exists. Both these symbols are usually used as suffix to a variable which is a participant to a predicate. That is it for today's lecture on predicates. In the next one, we will dive deep into quantification, understand different quantifiers, and putting it into use with statements. Thanks for watching this lecture.